Welcome to the world of great tasting, home-cooked meals fast. If this is your first experience with Homemade Gourmet, you are in for a treat. Homemade Gourmet offers fresh spices that are pre-blended into mixes, great tasting recipes, and convenient grocery lists that will enable you to become a hero in the kitchen. You can now prepare more than 50 meals and have them available in your freezer to bake, grill, or slow cook whenever you like. 4 meals in 4 minutes is designed to make your home-cooked meals easier to prepare and taste great. First, I'll show you how to make the most of our trademarked 4 meals in 4 minutes collection. Then, I'll actually demonstrate our smush meals. And finally, I'll share a few recipe tips and meal planning hints. With a little planning and strategic grocery shopping already identified for you, you can fill your freezer at the beginning of the week or month. Won't it be nice to select what meal you're going to cook that day versus having to think about preparing the meal from scratch? This concept will definitely change the way you feel about dinner and your ability to present a wide variety of great tasting, home-cooked meals fast. One of the best features on this planner is the grocery list. This lists all the things you would need from the grocery store to make every meal and side dish featured in the planner, including all your meats and canned goods. You'll want to have enough meat for 4 different meals. Our recipes are very versatile, and you could use chicken, pork chops, tenderloins, steaks, and even a roast for almost every recipe. You need to have zippered freezer bags and a permanent felt tip pen to label your meats. Open up the planner and you'll see that the first menu on the list is for Southwest chicken. If you purchased one of our other popular collections, your recipes will be different, but the technique is the same. For demonstration purposes, we will be featuring the recipes from the original 4 meals in 4 minutes collection. Now, the first column tells us what the entree is, as well as the suggested side dishes. The center column is the recipe we will be making today. And the last column tells us how to take the original menu and then turn it into a second, totally different meal, using a few of the leftovers. Our customers tell us over and over again that the 4 meals in 4 minutes leftovers are a big hit because the family doesn't remember the original meal due to the creative use of the leftover food in the new meal. Here's an example. With the leftovers from the Southwest chicken, shred the chicken, reheat, and roll with lettuce and cheddar cheese in a tortilla for a burrito. Use the leftover rice in your burrito as well, or serve on the side. Add your favorite hot sauce and a dollop of sour cream and guacamole to round out this fiesta-style meal. Yum! 2 meals from 1, and your family will never know it's leftovers. Okay, now that you know how to read the planner, let's get started. Everything we need is already laid out. Let's set the timer and begin. To make Southwest chicken, we need 2 scoops of Homemade Gourmet's Southwest seasoning. This is our Southwest seasoning pantry staple. It's our exclusive pantry staple container that comes with the 1 tablespoon measuring scoop attached for easy use. All of our 4 meals in 4 minutes recipes require meat, Homemade Gourmet seasoning, and usually only 1 canned good. To the Southwest chicken, we add 1 can diced tomatoes with green chilies. Now, we take that bag and seal it very tightly, squeezing out as much air as we can. Now comes the fun part, we smush. Okay, now this is ready to be labeled. I'll just write on the bag today's date and the name of this meal, Southwest chicken. All right, time for our next smush meal. Here's my bag of chicken and my homemade gourmet seasoning, this time garlic basil. Again, we use 2 tablespoons. And this time we use 1 can of plain diced tomatoes. We seal out the air, seal the bag, and smush. Okay, now you know how to use the planner, and you know how to actually make 4 meals in 4 minutes. Now for those tips and hints I promised. This collection has the pantry staple combos, so once you've made your first round of meals for your freezer, you can do it again and again from this initial purchase, or try some of the other recipes on the cards that come in the collection. You can actually make more than 50 different entrees from the original collection alone and still have recipes left to try. Now, one thing I need to tell you: how to make your meals when you take them from the freezer. If you look at the top of your planner, it tells you there are 3 choices: bake it, grill it, or put it in the slow cooker. To bake or grill, just take your entree of choice from the freezer. We recommend you freeze everything flat so it takes up the least space. Let it thaw in the fridge, and when you come home, throw it in the oven or on the grill to have dinner ready in a flash. For the slow cooker option, defrost it in the microwave just enough to loosen it up and dump the contents, still partially frozen, into the slow cooker. Put it on low, and at the end of the day, when everyone is yelling, "What's for dinner?" you will be greeted by the smell of the answer already cooking. I also want to point out that I used about 3 pounds of meat for each meal in my demonstration. This is enough to have leftovers for the bonus meal. If you're single or a couple, 4 meals in 4 minutes is still great for you. You will want to divide each recipe into 2 bags. Now when you cook, you can follow the instructions to make both the main dish and the bonus meal twice. You get to fill your freezer twice as much and twice as fast. As long as we're talking about choices, I want to share that one of the great things about using Homemade Gourmet's 4 meals in 4 minutes is you get to decide what you feed your family. As I mentioned earlier, you can choose the type of meat. And if you're watching fat or sodium intake, you can choose canned ingredients that are low or no fat or low or no sodium. You are in charge of what your family eats. Well, what are you waiting for? Now's the time to bring your family back to the dinner table.